Hello students, today we'll study the poem John Brown by Bob Dylan, an American writer. This poem was written in 1962. It is an anti-war lyric. Lyric means a song, it can be sung also. Though it does not have a proper rhyming scheme, but this poem can be used for singing. So it is called lyric. This poem has an idea of pacifism. Pacifism means where you believe that the solution of a problem is not war, but by peace it can be sorted out. So people who believe in this, they are called pacifists, and this idea is called pacifism. Okay? Pacifism comes from the word pacify, which means peace. So people who believe more in peace than war. So this poem has the idea of pacifism. Then let's see the main theme of this poem. The destruction and ill effects of war on human life, especially on soldiers. So what are the ill effects of war? So usually we have a great view of war. No? People have so much heroism and patriotism attached with war. When someone goes for war, we believe we have a lot of respect for that person. But if you ask that person, okay, what physical and mental trauma that person goes through, especially the soldiers and all, so they will tell you the reality that war is never the solution of any problem. So this poem also removes the myth. Myth means false belief. This poem also removes the myth of patriotism, of heroism attached with warfare. So let's see John Brown, where we have two main characters, an American mother. She is unaware about the realities of war. She is very proud that her son is going for war. And her son John Brown, who is a soldier. So Bob Dylan is an American writer. So let's say she's an American mother and John Brown is an American soldier. And he goes to fight on a foreign land. So the whole poem is about a story that tells us about the feelings of mother and what happens to John Brown in the war, and how seeing John Brown, the thoughts of mother changes about war, and also of the readers. Readers also change their views about war after reading this poem. The main purpose of writing this poem was to make people aware about the horrors of war. Let's see the poem in detail. John Brown went off to war to fight on a foreign shore. So John Brown is an American soldier and he went to fight on a foreign land. His mama is mother. His mama sure was proud of him. So mother is very proud that her son is going to fight. He stood straight and tall in his uniform and all. So this shows his body language, that he was wearing the uniform. John Brown is also proud that he is a soldier and he is going to fight for his country. So he is standing tall, straight. His mama's face broke out all in a grin. Grin means smile. So mother smiles to see her son in the soldier's uniform, standing tall, straight and taking the pride to fight for one's country. Oh son, you look so fine. So fine in what? In your uniform. So mother said to her son, John Brown, that, oh John Brown, you look so handsome in your soldier's uniform. I am glad you are a son of mine. I am so glad that I am your mother, you are my son. You make me proud to know you hold a gun. So I am very proud to know that you can fight, you can hold a gun, you can kill your enemies in the war. You do what the captain says. Lots of medals you will get. And then she gives the instructions to her son, like every mother does before the son goes out. So she says to the son, John Brown, she says that do what your captain says. And when you will follow your captain, what will you get? You will get a lot of medals. Now this shows that mother is more concerned about decorating her walls with the medals and showing off to the neighbors rather than her own son. She is more concerned about that. And we will put them on the wall when you come home. So you follow what the captain says, then you will get a lot of medals, and when you will come back home, we will decorate our drawing room, our walls with the medals. Now, mother is so sure that son will come alive, will come with no physical harm to his body. Yes, she is so sure that he will fight bravely over there. Okay, so this shows that mother is unaware about the realities of war. As that old train pulled out means about to leave. Okay, so as the train is about to leave, in which John Brown will go to a foreign land, John's mama's mother began to shout. She started telling everyone in the neighborhood, to all her neighbors, she started telling about John Brown. That's my son that's about to go. He's a soldier now, you know. And what is she telling everyone? That you see, he's my son who is a soldier. He's going to fight for our country. So I'm so proud to be his mother. So she started telling everyone, boasting about her son. She made well sure her neighbors understood that she's so proud to have her son as a soldier. She got a letter once in a while and her face broke out into a smile. So sometimes letters used to come. Okay, her son was fighting and it took many days over there. So sometimes from that camp in the field, from there he used to send letters to her mother, telling her about how the things are going on and he's fine and he hopes that everything else is fine at home. All that usually what people write in the letter. As she showed them to the people from next door, that is neighbors. So when the letters came from her son, she used to show them to her neighbors that see, my son is doing well there and he has sent letters. And she bragged about her son with his uniform and gun. Brag means she boasted. She said good things about her son, that how good he is doing in the war. And these things you called a good old-fashioned war. Now here, you refers to readers. Okay, the poet is asking the readers. And these things you call good old-fashioned war means here it is a sarcasm. That someone wears a uniform, someone looks smart in the uniform, holds a gun, knows how to use the gun. So this is for you good war. A war that takes away the son from her mother. Is this what you call good war? A war where man kills another man. Is this a good war? So here the poet is asking question to the reader. It's a sarcasm. Okay, that is this a good war according to you? Oh, good old-fashioned war. So he repeats the same point to emphasize on that. Oh, according to you readers, this is a good old-fashioned war where a man kills another man, where children are separated from their parents. Then the letters ceased to come. Ceased means stopped. Now no more letters come. For a long time they did not come. They ceased to come for about 10 months or more. So more than 10 months were passed and no letter came. Cease means stop. So letters stopped coming. Then a letter finally came saying, go down and meet the train. Means go down at the railway station. Your son is coming. Your son is coming home from the war. And why to go at the railway station? Because your son is coming. So you go and receive her from the railway station. So he is coming by train. A last letter came to her. Okay, so earlier the letters was sent means the soldiers' thoughts were also fresh at that time. John Brown was also actively participating in the war and he also he also wanted to kill his enemies and show his love for his country and all that. And as the time passed by, he realized that why a man is killing another man. Okay, and the physical pain he was undergoing, the mental pain he was undergoing, and then he stopped sending the letters. When the mother received the letter that now your son is coming, so go and receive him. Okay, he's coming by train. She smiled and went right down. So immediately she went to the railway station. She looked everywhere around, but she could not see her soldier son in sight. In sight means in view. So she could not see where is the sun. But as all the people passed, so one by one, the other passengers, they kept on moving. She saw her son at last. Last she saw her son. When she did, she could hardly believe her eyes. But in what conditions she saw her son, she could not believe that. She expected her son to come with a lot of medals and straight and tall in his smart uniform and all. But she saw something else. What did she see? Let's see. Now this is a very important stanza, the 7th stanza. Okay. So this you need to learn and write also. What physical harm did he have in the, did John Brown go through in the war field? On his face was all shot up. So his face had the wounds of bullets and grenades and all. And his hand was all blown off. So one hand was blown off. So he had only one hand now. Face had the mark of bullets. And he wore a metal brace around his waist. So he wore a metal belt to support himself. He could not even walk properly. He whispered kind of slow, and he whispered, he spoke very softly. He cannot even talk properly. In a voice she did not know. So in a strange voice, means mother could not recognize the voice of her son. Such a voice was his now. While she couldn't even recognize his face, so mother could neither recognize his voice nor his face, completely changed. Oh Lord, not even recognize his face. So this is repeated to emphasize that see what this war has given. Mother could not recognize her son. This is the horror of war. Oh, tell me, my darling son, pray tell me what they done. And now she's asking her son that I request you, pray means I request you, son, tell me what have they done to you in the war? How is it you come to be this way? What happened? How come your condition is like this? He tried his best to talk, but his mouth could hardly move. So John Brown tried his best to answer that see this is what has happened. But he could not speak much. Means it pained to talk. So he could not even talk to his mother. And the mother had to turn her face away as she could not see this heartening view. She could not see the son in so much pain. So she turned her face away. Imagine a mother turning her face away from her son because she could not bear this horrible sight. The son is not able to speak. Don't you remember, ma? Okay, so now here the son, that is John Brown, speaks his view about war. He says, do you remember war, ma? That is mother. When I went off to war, you thought it was the best thing I could do. You had such high views about war and you had a smile and you boasted everyone that your son is a soldier, okay? And you thought this is the best thing, best profession for me. I was on the battleground, you were home acting proud, but you did not understand my condition because you were at home. You were acting proud in front of the neighbors for me, but I was at the battleground. I know what is the reality. You was not there standing in my shoes. Standing in my shoes means in my place. You were not there at the battleground to realize what pain I was undergoing there. Waiting, killing another man killing my friends, so my fellow mates. So it was all so horrible. You could not understand that. Oh, and I thought when I was there, God. So now, first of all, in stanza number 9, he says, Mother, what were your feelings? You could not understand. And now in stanza number 10, John Brown is telling his own feelings. He says, I thought, means what were his feelings when he was in the battleground. So he says, when I was there, I thought, God, what am I doing here? Means what am I doing? Am I doing something for my country? I am trying to kill somebody or die trying. Either I'm trying to kill somebody or die myself in trying to kill. Either I will kill someone or someone will kill me. That's all it's going to happen on this battleground. But the thing that scared me most was when my enemy came close and when he saw his enemy face to face. So earlier when he did not see his enemy, he thought, what am I doing here? I am killing other man and other man is killing me. Is that all we are born on this earth? This is the purpose of human life. And when the enemy came face to face, then he realized, and I saw that his face looked just like mine. Okay, another human being with two eyes, one nose, one mouth, same. Means I am killing another human being. What is the purpose of war? So John Brown is saying that the mental trauma he was going in the battleground, mother cannot understand that. And it's not just John Brown. The poet says almost every soldier goes through this. But they keep on doing their duty for the sake of their country. But war in any ways is horrible. Oh Lord, just like mine, means a human killing another human. This is so horrible. So John Brown says that enemy also was just like me, another human being. I was not killing an alien or a monster or something like that. So John Brown did not want to use his gun in the battleground, but he had to. And I couldn't help but think, through the thunder rolling and sting. Thunder rolling means because of the sound of the gun and the bomb, and sting means the smell of dead bodies. They had been fighting for many months and the dead bodies were lying here and there, the bloodshed. Okay, they remain hungry, thirsty, they don't rest properly. So all that mental trauma, physical trauma he is recalling. He says that there was a lot of thunder rolling, that is the sound of gun and bombs, and sting is the bad smell of dead bodies, that I was just a puppet in a play. Okay, so he thought that I felt that the soldier, being a soldier, John Brown was just a puppet, just like you move the puppet the way you want, the same way the administration, the government, they decide war will be there and soldiers have to perform like a puppet on the words, on the actions of the government. So he says he thought that he is just like a puppet and it's a play game. So supposing whichever country wins, okay, the leader is praised for that. But actually who all have given their lives, who all have undergone that pain, nobody realizes that. Or maximum some medals are given or some names are written on the rocks and all and then forgotten. But the happiness and all the glory comes to the government of that country. So he says he realized that he is just a puppet in that act. And through the roar and smoke, roar that is the sound, through the roar, the sound of gun and bombs, through the smoke of all that, this string is finally broke. So before throwing a cannonball, before throwing a bomb, they have to break the string and then throw. So the string broke and a cannonball blew my eyes away and even one eye was missing. So one eye, so he had a shot on his face also. So his one eye was missing, one hand was missing. Yes, and there were marks of this bullets on his face. Somehow he survived. Let's say that. And he turned away to walk. So now he just turned away because he has to live with that physical injury throughout his life. His mom was still in shock. His mother was still shocked because she thought her son will come back in the same way as he had gone. So she was shocked. She could not believe. At seeing the metal brace that helped him stand, the son cannot even stand on his own. He needs the support of a metal belt which helps him in walking. But as he turned to go, he called his mother close. So before going, he called his mother by the gesture and he dropped his medals down into her hand. And this is a sarcasm. Mother wanted the medals here are your medals. And he gave the medals to his mother. Will the mother be happy to get those medals? Never. Because she was unaware about the realities of war, and now when she has got the medals, she is still in a shock. She did not want the medals on the cost of her son's life.